Women, children in Obaru benefit from UNICEF free medicals. Federal government arraigned Manu on 10-point count terrorism charge. Former U.S. President Trump calls for protests over hush money. Before the news in details, here is a special message. Governor Chukwuma Soludo has come for a total turnaround maintenance of the Anambra State economy and promotion of core Igbo values. Let's give him maximum support for the task ahead. Good morning and welcome to the news. My name is Nonye Nwokoye. Governor Chukwuma Soludo has assured to continue to work very hard to justify the confidence and trust of Ndi Anambra. The governor gave the assurance at the Governor's Lodge, Amobia, during a press conference after the 2023 general elections in Nigeria. A Government House correspondent, Val Mbadoga, was there.
Governor Soludo, who commended INEC for the successful completion of the elections, congratulated all the winners of various positions at the national and state levels, especially those that won under the platform of the All Progressives Grand Alliance, APGA. He also congratulated the President-elect Bola Ahmed Tinubu and called his attention to the systematic insecurity in the southeast. While expressing great concern about the security situation in the region, Governor Soludo repeated for Bola Ahmed Tinubu to release the leader of the indigenous people of Biafra, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, when sworn into office as a major step towards achieving sustainable peace in the southeast. Emphasizing that partisan politics has come and gone, Governor Soludo called for a collaborative effort in pursuit of the national common goal, expressing his confidence that a better future lies ahead.
Let me also congratulate the President-elect Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu for his election. We pledge to collaborate and partner with you and the federal government for the development of Anambra State and Nigeria. In this regard, may I repeat my previous calls and hereby request our President-elect to please release Mazi Nnamdi Kanu immediately after swearing in. That is, if he is not released before then. We need him around the table as an important stakeholder in discussions about healing and sustainable peace in the Southeast.
He thanked the youth of Anambra State and Nigeria at large for their commitment towards rebuilding the society and promised that APGA will continue to work and collaborate with all the like-minded Nigerians to ensure the greatness of Nigeria. He thanked millions of Nigerians who voted for All Progressive Grand Alliance, APGA, and the people of Anambra State for their support by delivering an emphatic vote of confidence to APGA and his government. Governor Soludo, in conclusion, said that he expects a progressive House of Assembly that will partner with his government to continue the transformation of the state, and called for the collaboration of the National Assembly members that won in different political parties in delivering good governance to Ndi Anambra.
I want to thank God Almighty for his unfailing love and grace upon us. Our gratitude also goes to all the stakeholders in the Anambra project, the hardworking indigents and residents of Anambra, for their faith and continued support to my government and APGA in the state.
From the Governor's Lodge, Amobia, Valentine Badwa reporting.
Anambra State Governor Professor Chukwuma Soludo has extended hands of fellowship to all winners of the National and State Assembly elections in the state to join for the overall development of the state. Governor Chukwuma Soludo made the statement during a statewide broadcast at the Governor's Lodge, Amobia. The governor, who spoke as the national leader of the All Progressives Grand Alliance, APGA, describes the election process as peaceful, congratulated the President-elect Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu, the governors-elect, senators-elect, House of Representatives members-elect, and State House of Assembly members-elect. He commended the electoral umpire, INEC, calling for further reforms and strengthening of the system, pointing out that the true heroes were Nigerians, especially the youth, and expressed confidence in a better future. The governor stressed that at this critical time, Nigeria needs healing and restructuring, and pledged to continue to partner with strategic stakeholders for the development of Anambra State and the country at large. He called attention to the systemic insecurity in the southeast, saying that sustainable peace should be enhanced through non-kinetic means, and repeated the call for the release of Nnamdi Kanu. Governor Soludo pointed out that as they strive to reform and strengthen APGA, the party will network and collaborate with all like-minded people to enthrone a better country. Appreciated the stakeholders and others for the support which they gave the party, majority in the State House of Assembly, promising to work every minute to justify the confidence entrusted on them. He further noted that APGA will still file suit to challenge some of the outcomes of the election. Now, the free medical health care outreach organized by the United Nations Children's Fund, UNICEF, for women and children at Okpoko, Obaru local government area on Sunday, March 19, 2023, recorded large turnout of target audience. The free health care outreach was specifically packaged by UNICEF for women and children in 7 council areas of Anambra State ravaged by flood in 2022. Speaking during the exercise, the local immunization officer for Obaru, Ms. Modesta Chukwuneke, disclosed that Okpoko is one of the centers approved for the 5-day outreach, where COVID-19 vaccine and immunization will be administered to beneficiaries. She attributed the large turnout recorded at the center to aggressive sensitization, adding that they have enough vaccines that can take care of 2,000 children. According to Ms. Chukwuneke, the immunization exercise, which would hold in 16 wards in the area, was for babies from 0 to 2 years, while the COVID-19 vaccines were for adults yet to receive their jabs. She stressed that the State Primary Healthcare Development Agency, in collaboration with UNICEF, engaged town announcers to inform people about the exercise, especially those at the hard-to-reach areas. Now, positive reactions have continued to thrill the 1 year in office of Professor Chukwuma Soludo as governor of Anambra State. Most of the respondents who spoke to the ABS in Awka said that all the people-oriented programs of the Soludo administration show that the governor is prepared to govern the state. According to one of the respondents, who is a one-time President General of Nise Town Union in Awka South local government area, Chief Chris Ono, the award of a contract for either construction or reconstruction of more than 261 kilometers of road across the state is an indication that Governor Soludo is poised to open up the hinterlands. Chief Ono, who is a financial expert, extolled Governor Soludo's prudent management of the state resources, which he is channeling into transforming various sectors of the state economy. Chief Ono used the opportunity to draw the attention of the government to the deplorable condition of the Ngene Awka Nise Nibo Nkwele Awka Ring Road to give the people of the area a sense of belonging. He said that the massive support of the people of Anambra State to the Soludo administration manifested once again during the just concluded House of Assembly election in Anambra State, where the All Progressives Uganda Alliance, APGA, won the majority seats in the yet-to-be-inaugurated 8th Assembly. Chief Ono urged Ndi Anambra to take full ownership of the state by being alive to their civic responsibilities. Contributing, the President General of Nogo Development Union in Dunukofia local government area, Chief Frank Nwegu, said that Governor Chukwuma Soludo has restored people's confidence in governance with the appointment of technocrats and grassroots-oriented individuals into administration. Chief Nwegu described the victory of the All Progressives Uganda Alliance and the March 18th House of Assembly election in Nogo, as well as the entire Dunukofia state constituency, as a reward for the good work of Governor Soludo. He called on the government to look into the poor condition of the Ukbo Junction, Nogo, Isanocha Road for enhanced human and vehicular movement. Now, the Managing Director and Chief Executive Officer of Anambra State Health Insurance Agency, Dr. Simeon Onyemechi, says that the agency has included prostatectomy into the health package for their beneficiaries. Dr. Onyemechi disclosed this during a quarterly meeting of the agency and its medical providers in Oka. Our health correspondent, Jibuzo Okoye, has details. We apologize for loss of sound in that video report. It will come in our subsequent bulletin. Now, the federal government on Tuesday at the Federal High Court in Abuja arraigned Kaduna-based Islamic scholar Tukur Muhammad Mamu on a 10-count charge of terrorism. Mamu, who has been in the custody of the Department of the State Service, DSS, since last year, was docked before Justice Inyang Edem Eko for offenses relating to a violent attack on the Abuja-Kaduna train in which several persons were abducted. In the charges, the federal government accused Mamu of aiding and abetting Boko Haram terrorism attacks against innocent Nigerians. Among others, he was accused of collecting sums of money in various currencies on behalf of Boko Haram terrorists from the families of victims of the train attack. Specifically, Mamu was said to have collected $420,000 from the families of the attack victims and another 21 million naira from another set of families. Similarly, he was accused of concealing the terrorism funds in his Kaduna residence in violation of provisions of the Terrorism Prevention Prohibition Act. However, Mamu denied all the charges when read to him in the open court. On the European Union Election Observation Mission, AU, from our chief observer, Barry Andrews, says obstruction and organized violence that occurred in some states during the just concluded gubernatorial and state House of Assembly has limited the free expression of the will of voters despite efforts by civil society to promote democratic standards. The EU chief, who was speaking while presenting the preliminary findings of EU-EOM on the governorship and State House of Assembly elections at a press conference in Abuja on Monday, said Nigerians have shown they have a great appetite for democracy and they are keen to engage on various civic activities, but in many parts of the country, their expectations were not met. Our correspondent, Ekwi Ajide, has the details.
Vaulted voters' apathy and a significant decrease of trust in the electoral process on the lack of transparency and operational failures of the Independent National Electoral Commission (INEC) in the just concluded general election. Barry noted that the retransmission of the corrected polling unit result forms from the collation centers also led to the replacement of the original uploaded results forms on IREV, contrary to the expectations and information from INEC that both results forms will be visible. He condemned the coordinated incidences of violence, multiple incidents of thuggery and intimidation that interrupted voting at various polling units, primarily across the south and some states of the central and northern areas.
Unfortunately, some of the technology, particularly the presidential, was not adequate to its intentions and objectives, and this offended against the principles of transparency. And also the security problems that were experienced on Saturday make it very difficult for people to participate in these elections. and therefore reduces inclusivity, the capacity of people to exercise their democratic right to choose the government.
In Abuja, Princess Efi Ajude reporting.
All right, officials in New York and Washington are taking preemptive security measures in case of a potential indictment of former President Donald Trump in case it leads to widespread protest. In New York City, where a grand jury has been meeting as part of the investigation into Donald Trump's alleged role in a scheme to pay hush money to adult film star Stormy Daniels, all NYPD officers are expected to be in uniform and ready for deployment, according to an internal memo that a source shared with reporters. The memo came in response to Trump's social media post over the weekend that called on his supporters to protest in response to a potential arrest, echoing the calls he made for protest in Washington, D.C. in response to his 2020 election loss protest that later turned violent when scores of his supporters stormed the Capitol. While Washington police are similarly preparing, the U.S. Capitol Police Force is not currently tracking any direct or credible threats to the U.S. Capitol, according to a department intelligence assessment. On sports news, Erling Haaland is no longer in the Norwegian camp as he sustained a groin injury from Manchester City's 6-0 humiliation of Burnley in the FA Cup on Saturday. The 22-year-old striker, who scored 3 times in the cup tie, had his 6th hat-trick for City, was forced to withdraw from Norway's upcoming fixtures against Spain and Georgia. Haaland apparently had a groin complaint since the game, but his national team expected the injury to have blown over before their matches. Norway's official Twitter account verified the laceration of the striker, saying the games against Spain and Georgia unfortunately go without Erling Braut Haaland. However, Manchester City will be expecting a return for their highest goal scorer before they face league rivals Liverpool on April 1. And with that sports news, we come to the end of the news. But just remember, you can follow news and programs on ABS from any part of the world by liking our Facebook page at ABS Radio Television Oka. Subscribe to our YouTube page at ABS Television Oka. Follow us on Instagram at ABS Radio TV. You can also log on to our website at www.absradiotv.com. And the main news again. Governor Soludo has echoed call on release of Nnamdi Kanu. Women, children in Obaro have benefited from UNICEF free medicals. Federal government has arraigned Mamu on 10-point count terrorism charge. And former U.S. President Trump has called for protest over hush money. Governor Chukwuma Soludo has come for a total turnaround maintenance of the Anambra State economy and promotion of core Igbo values. Let's give him maximum support for the task ahead. And that's the news. We thank you so much for watching. My name is Nonya Nwokoye. Good morning and have a great day.